please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty, roll call members, please.
Butcher. Here. Wolf is here. Riffles. Here. Dykstra. Here. Bodway. Here. Stoker.
Here.
Kramer.
Here.
All here, we have a quorum, we may continue.
Okay, need a motion to approve the agenda as presented, please.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
okay, got motion, got support, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Need a motion to approve the minutes, February 24th, 2026.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, that motion needs support.
I second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are those opposed, motion carries. All right, public comment. Public comment is just that, a comment made by the public. Public comment portion of the agenda is not a question and answer period or debate. Questions should be addressed to the applicable township staff or official during township office hours. We ask to be respectful during our meeting. Anybody like to speak?
Sure. Is this public comment for any agenda items?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, we do have the public comment
We got-
for the public hearings too, so.
Okay, so for the specific agenda items, you're gonna have seven.
Yeah. Okay. Any,
Is there gonna be more on the short term rental after? It's on the back page.
Yep.
Just, is that gonna be a separate discussion?
it's on for a discussion item, looks like.
Pardon?
It's a discussion item.
Not part of a public hearing, I think is what he's asking.
Oh, yeah, it's not a public hearing, no.
So.
Yeah, if you
he
wanna
wants to-
comment-
If he wants to talk to that.
No,
You gotta do it now?
Yeah.
yeah,
All right,
it's just that two of these items have public hearings, and that's when we work on that.
right. I would like, and I don't know, I know that people don't speak, but I think somebody on this one and the township board needs to come up and tell people that the enforcement officer that you're getting is not just for short-term rental. Everybody keeps hollering that online. And it's, you also have 54 other ordinances that need to be taken care of, and I thought the enforcement officer was for all of them. So if you would, I would appreciate it if you guys would say something, and I'll say the same thing at the township meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else like to speak? Okay, going once, going twice. Moving on. All right, correspondence?
We had a correspondence, regarding no food trucks. And that was pretty much what we all had it in your packet, from Alicia, from Golden Golf Sands Golf Course.
Yeah, that was it?
Yep, just saying that that she didn't want any food trucks.
Okay.
Or
All right,
temporary mobile.
zoning and min report.
We have 16 zoning permits with 5 new homes. 158 rental permits with 5 pending. We have 1 land division currently, Tyler Road. With 81 acres that they split into 2 parcels. And then we received the 2026 Silverback Off-Road Speedway schedule.
Okay. They asked for any late night extensions yet or no?
There is one that they've asked for Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
Which have been the 22nd, 23rd.
All right, that it?
That's it.
All right, moving on to new business public hearing. We're gonna open the public hearing for the St. Clair Shores truck in rental. To rezone from ag residential to commercial, 6 acres on Polk Road, so. Need a motion to go in public hearing?
Make a motion to open public hearing.
Okay, need support?
Sorry.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
I'm gonna recuse myself from this one.
Okay. I'm good. All right, we're in a public hearing, so zoning administrator presentation.
So St. Clair Shores owns 6 acres on Polk Road. And it's currently zoned ag residential, and they'd like to propose a zoning to commercial for a sales lot.
Kelly, is that the land that has been leveled and?
Correct, it's got the white
Graded.
picket fence with the red.
All right,
From like the main storage there.
petitioner here? Is the petitioner here now? Okay, you got anything you'd like to say for your presentation?
So this is.
Yep.
Just the big, okay, just picture. I mean, nothing really to it, just flat, pretty basic. There's no sales building, there's no. You know, power going into it, there's no septic, sewer, anything like that, so it just. What you see is what's gonna be there.
There'd be porta potties or?
No, there's nobody gonna be working out of there, it's just. Basically, it's there, everything's done remotely. You know, when something's sold, somebody will come in, unlock, hook up and. Whatever, so nothing high traffic, anything like that.
So you have trucks and trailers parked there?
Just trailers,
Just
like we
trailers?
sell that are on wheels, and then it'll be maybe semis in here delivering here and there, I'm gonna fill it up,
Okay.
so.
Okay. All right, any correspondence, pro?
No,
Any com?
no,
Any public pro? No public comment pro, public comment con? None, okay. So don't need a rebuttal and don't really need a summary. And I'll take a motion to close the public hearing on that.
Make a motion to close it?
Okay,
Second.
1 second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Okay, well, in deliberation, well, it is part of our master plan to have that commercial. So I don't see any problem with it. Anybody?
Yeah, like to go through the procedure with rezoning property. When a parcel is requested to be rezoned, there's a process that we have to go through. Public hearing is part of that process. Once we discuss it and go through these points, there's 4 or 5 points here that we have to talk about. Once that's done, we cannot rezone property. The township board is the governing body. They're the ones that have to rezone the property. What we do is make a recommendation to them to either approve it, deny it, or approve it with conditions. And we send that to them, and then it's up to them to make the decision whether or not the property is rezoned. So that's the process we have to go through here today. Okay.
All right. Need a motion to recommend?
It does meet the requirements of the master plan because Oak Road is our commercial corridor entering the township, and that's where we want to steer commercial businesses to if possible. So it does meet that requirement. That's one of the things that we have to make sure that it does meet the master plan. The property, it can be used as it is, but it's better, that's agricultural land right now, but the purchaser wants to change it to commercial and it meets the master plan, so that's okay too, so. And the other things are more things about districts and things that really don't affect this piece of property, so.
I'll make a motion to rezone from ag to commercial.
I'll second.
Wait a minute, let's. What we do is recommend to the township board that it can be rezoned, okay? Jay. Okay. You want to call for the vote?
Okay, so we got a motion and support.
James supported.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
You know, we will send that to the township board and it'll be on their agenda for next month's meeting.
All right, so moving on to the other public hearing for Woodland Shores Resort and Campground, increase 50 campsites to Breakaway Bay, PUD modification. 47 new campsites and 3 cabin sites. Need a motion to open public hearing?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing. I'll second it.
Hey, guys, just remember your site map's not approved yet, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. We are in public hearing. And is the petition, I guess, Shelley, do you got anything for presentation on that or not?
No, just that, they are wanting to add the 50 campsites as a major modification to their current PUD.
Okay,
50 campsites and some.
And the
Free cabin.
three cabins, yep. Actually, it'd be 47 new sites plus the 3 cabins, the total fleet.
Okay.
all right. The petitioner here? Okay, do you have anything you'd like to present?
You've got a modest increase to the campground. We had 250 sites, 50 more. Opportunity to meet a lot of demand as Portsmouth County is grown in recreational use. Our business opportunity has grown as well. So investing in the campground, so what we're looking to do.
All right, and then correspondence, Bill?
No,
Nothing, correspondence, Con?
yeah, we've had about, I think I have 6 here that emails stating that they're against it.
Did we get all of them or not?
If you have all of them but one, and then we have an objection to application for amendment to the PUD from Bloom's Luggett PC.
Okay,
What's the one that we didn't get?
It's right here. So I didn't get, got it for the meeting. It was emailed, my email.
Mhm.
Here, no.
all right. Any public comment, Pro? Go ahead.
Yeah, we're neighbors across the street from the one that, we're against it just because.
Well, this is Pro. This is the Pro part. So,
Sir, could you come up and stand by that line because
well, this
it's being recorded and that won't catch you back there.
so this is the Pro part. So this is if you have something in favor of it.
Oh, favorite,
Yep.
okay, all right, I'm sorry.
Sorry, we're catching.
You're in the on deck circle.
Is there any pro? Anybody with pro? All right, now we're in the con section. Would you like to?
I'm Nick.
Going back?
Yeah, well, it's a nice park, and nothing against the park, but we just traffic wise and people coming and going, and I don't, it seems like it's pretty big now, what you have.
Well, just the rest of the board, just us, not them, just us.
Yeah, so anyhow, that's about it, we're just
Okay.
traffic wise and people, that's about it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, any other con?
Patrick Sweeney, I wrote the letter, I'm here on behalf of Dr. Dave Roseman. He lives at 4629 North Ridge Drive, so across the street from campground. We're requesting that you recommend denial of this modification. We have a few underlying objections here. First of all, if you go back to 1997 zoning district, the underlying zoning for this land is resort residential, which does not allow campgrounds. And this is clearly a campground under the Township zoning ordinance, which defines campground as quote, a business or parcel that offers sites for recreational vehicle units or tents on a daily, weekly, monthly, or annual basis. So I think it's pretty clear this is a campground. Now, a PUD can't be approved if the use for the PUD is not allowed in the underlying zoning district, which campground is not. That's the Township's PUD ordinance at 12.5. So because the applicant here is seeking to expand the use of the campground by adding additional sites, they're seeking to expand a non-conforming use, which under the Township zoning ordinance is not allowed. And just to be clear, this is because this is a major modification. Planning Commission and the board has to go through all of the steps to approve a PUD as though this were a new PUD. Major modifications to an approved PUD shall be subject to review and approval under a new application for PUD zoning. So under the township zoning ordinance, this is treated as though the applicant is coming to you with a new PUD application. So because campgrounds are not currently allowed in the resort residential district, the Woodland Shores Campground is a non-conforming use and cannot be permitted to expand. This PUD was originally granted for 180 sites in 2003. It was then allowed to expand to 237 sites in 2009. And now apparently there are 250 sites, which if that's correct, they're already in violation of the existing PUD. It is unclear to us from the materials that were submitted exactly how many sites currently exist in the campground versus how many that are being requested, because if you look at the site plan that was submitted, it's kind of hard to read, at least my copy was, but there appear to be somewhere between 280 and 290 sites and cabins. So is the applicant seeking to add 10 more to that? Are they seeking to add 50 more on top of that? And also, if you compare the site plan that was submitted with the site map that's on the applicant's website, it looks like it's about the same number of sites and cabins, but the configuration is different. So it seems clear that the applicant right now is advertising to the public that they have about 289 campsites and cabins. Again, if that's correct, then they're in violation of the PUD by a pretty significant amount. And then begs the question, okay, well, if they already have 289, are they just trying to get approval for the existing overage and bump it up to 300? What would this look like if the PUD application was ultimately approved? Okay. We also don't know whether there's been any county inspection of the sanitary systems, the water. Don't know if the DEQ has licensed the campground as it currently exists. And ultimately, this application is insufficient because it does not contain everything that's required for a new PUD application.
All right, good. 3 minutes, thank you. Anybody else, Tom? No, go ahead.
I'm David Roseman, 4629 North Ridge. Live across from the campground. We've been involved in this since 2003 and made the case pretty strongly, I think, at that point, that it was an illegal use then. For example, we had information from a FOIA from the DEQ that they weren't permitted to have any campsites, that they were in violation of the DNR and didn't have the permission to have any of them. So we're opposed to this proposed expansion again. Mr. Sweeney did a great job of explaining our position, but it's according to the master plan and the zoning ordinance, this just should not be allowed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments?
My name's John Grant. I live on Ridge Road across from the campground. I think what Mr. Sweeney said and Dr. Roseman said is accurate. I don't fully understand why the PUD was approved and then in 2009 expanded when it doesn't comply with the township's ordinances. It's kind of, how do you approve it if the basics isn't in compliance with the ordinance? And then to do it again, just it's kind of baffling. So I think at this point, there isn't good grounds to approve it. And my recollection is in 2009, Planning Commission did not approve it. Township board did. And I don't have the reasons why they did that, I don't know. But I think the planning commission had an understanding of it and what was going on, and I think they made the right decision. I don't know why the board reversed it.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other comment?
My name is Rilla Namath, and I've been here before. I was here in 2003 and in 2009, and we fought this fight before. I agree with the things that these gentlemen have said. It seems to me you ought to go back and get permission, a DEQ permit, get your site plan really squared away so that someone should go in there and see how many cabins they got and how many campsites that are functional. And then decide what you want to do. We're reluctant on Ridge Road, that those of us that live along the lake there, reluctant for it to get too crowded, and we don't want to see it get like Silver Lake. It would ruin the whole, once you pass Deer Road to have, and right now the campground doesn't do that. But the atmosphere of Silver Lake should stay Silver Lake and not come creeping up the road past the campground. And then there are the other things that these gentlemen have brought up. And your board here has changed a lot. The only familiar face I see is Jay Webley.
Unfortunately.
All right, any other comment?
Thank you.
Going once, going twice, moving on. All right,
Discussion.
petitioner rebuttal,
I have just some feedback. I heard.
Okay, go ahead.
just make sure you address us, please.
I'm Joe Russell. I own the Woodland Shores. I think I heard from these neighbors before, but I do know a great deal of our neighbors. I wanted to address a couple of things that I heard. One of the best measures probably to address concerns for a zoning commission or a community altogether is time and actual results. Most of what we've done, I've researched this back to the meetings, the meetings that were held back in 2002. I've read all the notes, read the newspaper articles, went to pull up all the Oceana County articles on it. And one of the things I would point out, or three of the things that I would point out, is the three major concerns that have been raised here, all of which none of them came to any fruition. 25 years have passed and things have only gotten better. From a conformity standpoint, real estate values have increased drastically. I own a lot of real estate in the area. I own 400 acres in the area. It's gotten better. Ridge Road traffic, as I'm big on keeping Ridge Road safe. People drive too fast up and down it. I've met with the road commission and got signage changes done to make things safer on Ridge Road for our campers and for my neighbors and for ourselves. In addition to that, I've addressed every neighbor over the last 5 years that walks up and down Ridge Road to please walk in my campground, and they do, because I see in the wintertime people waving at the cameras as they go by. That's been a big thing. In regards to the beach access, we do conform with the law. We are DNR licensed. Our county health inspections actually say the word excellent in them. I have a excellent team, full-time year-round team. It's in this room with me that runs that campground with me. We have addressed our neighbors, not down to the Namus or to Mr. Roseman, but the neighbors that adjoin the beach itself, and they use the beach access to get down. We put a gate in for Chris and Robin and the neighbors that go to the north, that they can get to it. And I'm aware of 2 cases where we've actually enabled handicap access to that beach. One of the neighbors living there in a wheelchair and one with a relative. I'm proud of that. I think that's fantastic. So we share that. There's never been overcrowding. We police it, we gate it. And while we do market it, and maybe or maybe not, that's a violation of the PUD. We don't operate. We can adjust in that way. By no means are we not compliant in any way. This is a discussion about adding campsites to a resort that is operating on 110 acres with PUD space for another couple hundred acres. We're not crowded. Our customers would tell us that. Traffic in and out on our busiest holidays has been fantastic. So the results is what I want to point out. There's three serious sets of concerns that were raised, but over 2 decades have passed and none of it's come fruition. We've actually improved it. I share and agree with them too. I don't want to bring Silver Lake in. I want to bring in community camping, family. I tell people I sell family memories for a living, and we do. You can go on our Google reviews and look at what people are saying about that park. You can go on PBS and see what they're saying and under the radar show about that park. So I respectfully ask for a chance to grow a little bit. We've had significant cost increase, as you, this board may be aware of. We were the largest non-capping taxes in Oceana County history. Not something to be proud of, but we've made it. And we need to grow in order to keep serving the community in the same way. And then finally, I think that the community access is becoming more and more dependent on recreation and people visiting this area because one, I've seen a number of my campers in just my 5 years come here and now invest and buy property in the area, falling in love with it. It's the number one resource here. And as we see more solar and wind coming in, we're going to need to really continue to invest in bringing people to this community. We're doing our darndest to do it.
Okay.
So, share.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Shelley, do you have a summary or no? Okay. You need a motion to close public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close it.
Support.
I'll support it.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Alright,
All those opposed, motion carries.
Okay. My turn.
I want to hear what you have to say, Jake.
Okay. She's right. I've been zoning administrator for 25 years. I was right in the middle of that situation, let's call it.
Yes.
Okay. Right now, we have all new board members except me. They weren't here during those years of what happened out there, what didn't happen out there, the kinds of things that went on. I would like to make a motion that we table this until Charlie and I can get together and get all of the records together because they're scattered in books in the other room and get that information available to the rest of these people who have no idea what went on in that time. And give them a month to review that information and look at it and see what happened. Ask me any questions they want. If you don't mind, they may want to talk to some of you. That's perfectly all right with me. That's up to you. But that campground out there was there a long time before we had zoning. So it was legal non-conforming use. We chose to use plan unit development rezoning to make that campground compliant with the ordinance. Otherwise, it's non-compliant. They couldn't do anything to improve it. They couldn't make it any better. They couldn't do anything with it because it was legal non-conforming, had to stay the same. It was the township board's opinion that because it was there, we should make it conforming to the ordinance so that we could regulate it and control it and keep it the way it's developed over the years. That's why some of this stuff happened. But again, my motion is to table this till the next meeting so that we can get information to these folks and I can talk to them and we can show what happened there and what went on. A lot of things happened that we didn't know about. There was stuff done out there that we didn't know about because the township didn't have enforcement officers. It was hard to enforce them when you don't have somebody to do it. And I was full of everything else doing with zoning, trying to get this township straightened out. So we know things happened out there that shouldn't have happened, and that's water under the dam. There's nothing we can do about it. But we'd like to try to make this a quiet discussion and a quiet explanation and a good turn for the township and a good turn for the neighbors and property owners.
Okay.
Sure, but
We're
can
not
that
in
be,
public comment at all.
Public comments over, man. I'm sorry.
You
You
had
can
a
talk,
second?
you can talk to me afterwards.
I'll support Jake's
Okay.
motion.
Any discussion on that? Just.
No, I agree. Like, we don't know a lot of the history of it. We don't know why things were done
Mhm.
the way that they're done, so.
I just go back to the comments that I was told years ago, because I've been on this for now, I think 10 years.
Yep.
That we did not want to continue doing additional PUDs. That's something that we wanted to kind of avoid, okay?
Mhm.
And the fact that this is resort residential. You know, that's a,
Well, that. Going back to what I said originally, there's two ways you can do PUD.
You kind of
can
get
do
a
them
little
as
bit
a-
far afield here from the motion, you got a motion.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm
Second.
sorry, I'm sorry.
All those in favor say aye.
I,
All those opposed, motion carries.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll explain it to you.
they can educate us later.
yeah, okay.
All right, moving on to new business. St. Clair Shores Trucking Rental Site Plan Review for Sales Lot, 6 acres.
I got more to say about that too.
Oh, hold on, let me step outside.
Well, they left.
Yeah, they left.
Papers.
Yeah, why did they leave? I even told them.
They
to
thought
come.
we were gone.
Well,
Yeah,
unfortunately, this board has gotten lax about some of our procedures. And the biggest one lately has been site plan review. There's a section of site plan review in the ordinance that has 20 requirements for a site plan. And we have a checklist that we give to the developer. But we have not really, as a board, been following that procedure as tight as we should. And what he brought in for a site plan is what we used to call a kitchen table napkin, because
A dream.
I didn't tell you a whole lot, and we tried over the last 30 years to get that stopped, and I think. Yeah, we have a new zoning administrator, she's very precise, she's very up to speed. She's got a lot of things to learn, but she's doing a great job with no more education about zoning than she had. And her and I have talked about this, and so we have to draw a line in the sand here and say, you're gonna do a site plan, you're gonna do it the way the ordinance says you're gonna do it. You're not gonna give us something on a piece of paper and prove it. So, I've talked to her, and she's gonna talk to those folks about that site plan situation and make them bring us a site plan that meets the requirements of the ordinance.
okay,
So,
we can table it.
table it.
Okay, the motion.
I'll make a motion to table it.
Okay, you have a second? All right, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Sorry why they left, huh?
Yep.
Maybe. Moving on, we're gonna keep going.
There's one more thing, I should have put this on the agenda, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask, but. In the planning process. When we do a master plan review or we do. A rezoning thing, we notify the surrounding adjacent townships of that action. And they have, and the county planning commission, and they have time to review that and comment on it. So Benona Township is having a public hearing on April 9th. Because they're revamping the zoning ordinance and. It might, if you could possibly get down there for it, it would be a good educational thing for you to sit through somebody else doing that and. See how things are done in other townships.
Where and what time?
It's at Benona Township Hall, which is, just north or east of, Scenic Drive.
Okay,
But you know what the Trinity Lutheran Church is? Down there? Okay.
I'll find it.
Well, but it's down there in that corner above Stony Lake,
Okay,
and it's at 6:30 on the 9th.
6:30.
Yeah, so I'd recommend you go, I'm gonna try to get to it if I can get away, that's all.
Okay. And we've got some amendments and reports, short-term ordinance draft discussion.
I thought they did a good job. Start to it, I think a couple of things that I noticed, one was kind of a typing change, in the first paragraph where we say short-term rental or somewhere in the beginning there, put in parentheses SPR, because later on we start calling it SPR. I see there.
Section 1.2.
And then, in definitions under dwelling. Calling a dwelling is one family. I would suggest we eliminate that, because today. More and more, what's one family, and especially with rentals, a lot of rentals have. Maybe a couple of friends staying together rather than a family, or, I had, my cousins all get together at an Airbnb down south, and we all stayed there. It was multiple families, in there, so I would strike family out of it. And that's in a couple of places. And then the other, in section 6, licensing and regulation. I think need to have, something in there to allow somebody, for instance, if I decided, oh, I'm going to buy a place in Colorado and spend some time in Colorado and I'm gonna rent my place during mid-season, I should be able to come to Township and say, for 30 days, I wanna rent and I wanna buy a permit to rent. And right now, it doesn't accommodate that. So that was just a few comments that I had.
Would you call it a short-term notice of rental?
Yeah,
Turkey.
sure, yeah. Okay.
And then we should probably, I mean, minimum length of short term. Right.
30 days before or something like that, yeah.
When do you suppose that this will come up, that we'll push it for a public hearing?
Like to get it soon.
Yeah. I mean, are we,
That, okay, this is a police power township ordinance. The law does not require a public hearing.
Okay.
But if the township board wants to have a public hearing, they can. There's nothing that says you can't. So if that's a decision that the township board will make, once we get it where we think we want it and send it to them and with a recommendation, then the township board's the one that decides if they wanna have a public hearing or don't.
okay, so what else we gotta do to put this thing to bed to get it to them to approve it? I mean, we're just flipping
I
verbs.
say we give it to them the way it is. We know we were gonna have to make some changes anyway. We did the changes after they request them.
Right, and there's probably other things down the road that are gonna come up where your ordinance is gonna have to be changed anyway, so.
Yep.
That's,
Yeah, there's always gonna be,
Sure.
it's a living regulation.
Somebody wanna put a motion out there?
I would move that we send it to the board, this is our recommendations.
Are we sending it with
No,
these?
let us see what they come up with, because they're gonna add to it, and then we can add to it when it comes back, just as it will.
Okay, yeah, motion got support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. All right, looking at the mobile food truck, 60-day moratorium that was put down. And the board had asked us to see if we wanted to reinvent the wheel on that. Personally, I like the ordinance the way it reads.
I guess I want to ask, what are they asking us to review?
If there's something that we should change in the mobile vendor. And I was a part of that multiple years ago and we beat that horse dead then, and I don't know why it's resurrecting every 4 years here. So, you guys have a different opinion, I'd just say put it to bed and leave the ordinance as it is. I think that reading the suggestion, it just became extremely muddy.
Well, I'm on board and I was there for the discussion and we feel that we do need some additional guidelines on what's allowed and what's not. And there are several vendors in the community that are doing some things. Base Camp, for instance, you guys approved last month. The shipping containers for food service. And
That wasn't mobile though.
no, correct.
Right. So
But they do also have 2 food trucks.
Yeah.
And they are not mobile. They are tied into their sanitary service. And I thought what they did, they put together, this changes and putting more, wordage behind the regulation and, what is acceptable and what's not. Because you do have people that are coming forward and saying, hey, I'd like to have a food truck. So-and-so's got a food truck. Well, but they have a food truck that is stationary. It's no longer a mobile food truck. They put skirting, they tied it in with their sewer system, and so on.
Then at that point, is it even a mobile vendor?
It is a food truck. And so by definition, you say food truck. We don't say you can put in, I don't know what you'd even call it, a food truck that's not mobile.
I read the suggestions, I think it adds a whole nother piece of enforcement and problem in gray area, only, for example. If you've got a mobile vendor in your parking lot, in there it says that the owner of the property has to own it. So now we've got an enforcement agent that has to go check title, check business records, check cash flow, so. Is that something we wanna be involved in, is to go out and police that, make sure that they're actually owning it?
I have a comment on that. Our intent is to also protect the brick and mortar tax paying businessman. So if the mobile unit is owned by the business or that person, one of the letters I heard, read, said it doesn't provide taxes to the business. Well, then it would, because then they would be assessed personal property taxes, which comes to the township. So that's beneficial to the community by producing tax revenue. Also, it keeps out the truck from Muskegon or Ludington or Grand Rapids or wherever coming in, setting up in a common space, like the Golden Silver Park or something, or where whomever's place, and coming here on the weekends and the holidays and taking their money and their truck and leaving, no benefit to the community. See the point? So if it's tied to the brick and mortar in some way, and in commercial, not in residential, not in anything but commercial, it doesn't hurt any other residents in any way that I can think of. And it helps out the small business have another revenue stream other than whatever their main business is, selling flags or whatever.
But there is a part in there that they have to have full kitchen, full everything inside their main building too, right?
Yes.
So I'm kind of curious, I guess, business model, why is that, I don't know that, to me, it didn't make a lot of sense to have a full kitchen, full everything inside your building, but yet have a truck parked out in the yard with skirting around it, that seems redundant.
I don't care if it's skirting or not, and I don't care if they want to take it out and go to, the hippie fest over at JJ Ranch, because that's their problem over there.
And how do you propose that we police the ownership and the cash flow of that said truck?
Cash flow would have to go through the original business.
Yeah, how do we prove that though, without looking at the bank records?
You can't prove mine now.
I know, that's what I mean. So I think we're putting ourselves in a position that we can't enforce it because we're gonna have to look at their bank
You can't enforce the registration
on the vehicle.
of the vehicle, so we get the personal property taxes.
On the vehicle?
Yeah.
As a personal property.
That's personal property, that's
Okay.
business tax. I know I just paid $5,000 in personal property taxes, how many toolbox?
Yeah.
So Chad, then we thought site plans
Yes.
submitted prior.
Yeah,
So it'd have to go through the planning committee for
And,
approval.
Right.
and we thought probably a limit of one per parcel. One truck. Per parcel.
Well, you already got, like, base camp's got two,
Yeah, they're gonna have to compromise.
and you got, Whippy Dip's got a couple there too.
One was illegal last year, so it's gone.
Yeah. Is it?
Is it? No, that's a big question, is it?
This, we get an ordinance in place, it is.
Yeah. Well, I do think we need to beef it up.
Well, truthfully, we have an ordinance in place,
Yeah, that's.
and it says no mobile vendors.
Yeah, what's definition of mobile vendor? Somebody that's not attached to the sewer system and.
What will happen if the businesses can't produce other revenue streams, the small guy's gonna lose. And big corporation comes in. That's the reality. That's supply and demand.
It's happening right now.
Yeah, we've already seen it start.
Oh,
And I'm not opposed to having more definitions or clarifications in it.
Doug, we accept your input as input from the township board.
Yes, thank you.
And we can go back and, we worked on it some today and made some changes, and we can go back and have coffee over it again and dig a little, we didn't know how deep we should go, but if you think we need more beef in it, we can work on it and put some more beef in it.
And this is a change to an ordinance, so basically a new ordinance.
Right,
So this will require, it require a public hearing.
And then this is mobile vendor though,
Yes,
so it's anything. It's shirts, it's hats, it's goggles, it's.
No, it's mobile food.
no, it's mobile vending. It's mobile vending.
One parcel, one.
If it comes out in public hearing that it should be limited. If there's good justification for that, then I don't have a problem with that either.
That's a recommendation, I think, that Doug can take to the township board about having a public hearing.
Yeah.
So that
Let's
we
clarify
got
that.
their support to do it, but I talked to a couple of other board members, one other board besides you. And his comment was, I want this to be done transparently, I don't want it cooked up in the back room and then done. I want people to know what's going on, and for what this involves, I think it needs to be out there with a public hearing.
And Chad, another thing is where do we stop? If we have, go back to the ordinance, no mobile vendors, what are they gonna do about the golf course that has a beer cart?
They own the.
That would be illegal. That's a mobile vendor.
But they own
That's why it's in this proposal. They own
Well, I think we all understand the reason why we're afraid of mobile vendors.
it. Yeah,
Right?
we do not want people coming in and
Right,
pirating the prime times.
right, and so with the spirit of that,
Yep.
I get it, but we just gotta make sure that when we go to the enforcement piece, that we can enforce it and actually figure it out.
Yeah, well, we've been working long and hard on getting an enforcement officer here too.
Well, we don't need an action item on it, right? We just discussion.
Discussion. I'll go back to the board and clarify that we want public meeting on it. So, and you got some comments from me on it. So,
We can, the committee can get together and work on it some more.
Yeah.
Hammer on it some more.
Yeah, I feel bad about Tamala, I'm not sure how she says her name. Because she was going on information that was probably not quite right.
Yeah.
Or to the letter and invested,
Mhm.
but
But there is
I can-
also a written ordinance in our thing that says no mobile vendors. Very
Exactly.
point blank, no mobile vendors. So whether they got that from Rob to zoning admin, doesn't matter. It's in the books. Look in the book. Get a lawyer if you can't read the book. It's in there and very simple. That's probably the simplest ordinance we have. There is no mobile vendors allowed in the township.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to come up with something that protects the local business. That's the reason originally for no local.
Yeah, that's
local
what started,
vendors,
right.
to protect the brick and mortar, our tax base, our community.
Mhm.
I think this way we can still protect our community. Generate some revenue to help all of our expenses, which we are greatly short on.
And, you know, I think that's important, to look at the vendors that we have in town and want to grow. Give them a way to grow.
Yeah.
And, you know, you travel to other areas and there are mobile food trucks. But we don't want that. We want, you know, to give a way for the food establishments to grow. You know, we're stifled right now with what we have. And I think we need an opportunity to help them grow. This is a way to do it.
All right. Any other discussion?
Nope, I think that's good.
Motion that we adjourn.
You got our marching orders. Yeah.
Okay, we're adjourned. Yeah.